unknown. One summer evening ere the sun went down, when city men were hastening from the town to reach their homes. Some near at hand so far, by snorting train, by omnibus or car, to be beyond the reach of city's din, a streetcar stopped. A little girl got in. A cheery-looking girl, scarce 4 years old. Although not shy, her manners were not bold, but all alone, one scarce could understand. She held a bundle in her little hand, a tiny handkerchief with corners tied, but which did not some bread and butter hide. A satin scarf so natty and so neat was o'er her shoulders thrown. She took her seat and laid her bundle underneath her arm, and smiling prettily, but yet so calm to the conductor, said, "May I sit here?" He entered instantly. "Oh, yes, my dear." And there she seemed inclined to make her stay, while once again the car went on its way. The tall conductor, over 6 feet high, now scared the travelers with a business eye, but in that eye was something kind and mild that took the notice of the little child. A little after, and a man went around, and soon was heard the old familiar sound of gathering fares and clipping tickets too. The car was full, and he had much to do. "Your fare, my little girl," at length he said. She looked a moment, shook a little head. "I have no pennies, don't you know? My fare is paid. Jesus paid for me." He looked bewildered. All the people smiled. "I didn't know, and who is Jesus, child?" "Why, don't you know he once for sinners died, for little children, and for Riverside, to make us good and wash us from our sin? Is this his railway I'm traveling in?" "Don't think it is. I want your fare, you know." "I told you, Jesus paid it long ago. My mother told me just before she died that Jesus paid when he was crucified, that at the cross his railway did begin, which took poor sinners from a world of sin. My mother said his home is grand and fair. I want to go and see my mother there. I want to go to heaven where Jesus lives. Won't you go too? My mother says he gives a loving welcome. Shall we not be late? I want to go before he shuts the gate. And he bids little children come to him." The poor conductor's eyes felt rather dim, he knew not why. He fumbled at his coat and felt a substance rising in his throat. The people listened to the little child. Some were in tears, the roughest even smiled, and someone whispered as they looked amazed, "Out of the mouth of babes, the Lord is praised." "I am a pilgrim," said the little thing. "I'm going home. My mother used to sing to me of Jesus and his Father's love, told me to meet her there in his home above. And so today, when Aunt went out to tea, and looking out, I could not Father see, I got my bundle, this my little kit. I so hungry, I think to have a bit. And then I got my hat, and then I left my home, a little pilgrim up to heaven to roam. And then your nice car stopped, and I could see you look so kind. I saw you beckon me. I thought, you must belong to Jesus' train. And are you going home to heaven again?" The poor conductor only shook his head, tears in his eyes. The power of speech had fled. Had conscience by her prattle roused his fears, and shook upon the fountain of his tears, and made his thoughts in sad confusion whirl? At last he said, "I had a little girl. I loved her much. She was my little pet. And with great fondness, I remember yet how much she loved me. But one day, she died." "She's gone to heaven!" the little girl replied. "She's gone to Jesus! Jesus paid her fare! Oh, dear conductor, won't you meet her there?" The poor conductor now broke fairly down. He could have borne the harshest look or frown, but no one laughed. And many sitting by beheld the scene with a sympathetic eye. He kissed the child, for she his heart had won. "I am so sleepy," said the little one. "If you will let me, I'll lay here and wait until your streetcar comes to Jesus' gate. Be sure you wake me up and pull my frock, and at the gate give just one little knock, and you'll see Jesus there." The strong man wept. I could but think as from the car I stepped how oft a little one has found the road, the narrow pathway to that blessed abode, through faith in Christ have read its title clear, while learned men remain in doubt and fear. A little child, the Lord oft used such the stoutest heart to break, or bend, or touch. Then by his Spirit bids the conflict cease, and once forever enter into peace. And now to all the happy news we bear, that Jesus paid our fare.